Hey everyone, Will here. So small change of plans. I had some tech issues, so apologies. So this is Enter the Cuddle Dojo, and this is our segment on the art of an 8-second hug. Okay, so to start off with, duration of a hug, there's been a lot of science and done, like studies done and everything. There's a little bit of variability, but something important to know is that it takes time for your body to really feel a hug and start to respond. Now, here's the thing about an 8-second hug. First, even before you can't just go up to someone and just forcibly give them a hug. You have to still follow the rules of communication, following boundaries, then coming into consent on what is acceptable by those boundaries, and then connecting. Cool. So I call it getting your vitamin C3. You need vitamin C3. So with that, you need to first know that within yourself, am I open to a hug? And that's a very important thing to know because if you are not open to a hug, it doesn't matter if you are hugged, it's not going to feel very good. Your body is going to be fighting it. There might be a little bit of residual, but it's you're not in consent. And that is a big, big factor. So now, so you want a hug. And now this is something that I do at like booths and different conferences and things, or even like when I meet someone and they see one of my cuddle shirts, like, hey, and I'm like, and there's like, hey, can I have a hug? I'm like, yeah, just 1 second. Now, first, I define the container of safety, which is the boundaries. So I'm like, hey, first, what's your name? I'm getting to know you. There's this connection thing here. So being a little bit personable, what's your name? They tell me their name. I'm like, okay, sweet. So you're wanting, would you like a hug? And they're like, yeah, I think I would really like a hug. I'm like, okay. Now here's the question for you. Do you want, and I lay it out here with my hands. I'm like, do you want an 8-second hug or a 20-second hug? Now these are the two obvious choices, or like the two laid out choices. They're free to choose whatever else that they want, but the important thing is that they have choice, and that helps them to feel safe. Can they say no? Can they choose not to have a hug? Can they change their mind? And that's fine. That's great. We want to be able to encourage changing your mind, having that control and safety. Now, I also laid out so again, would you like an 8-second hug or a 20-second hug? And then I'll even tell them like, would you like to do like tell you a little bit about the difference later, but which one sounds good to you? Which one feels really good? And they'll be like, I don't know. What do you recommend? I'm like, well, let's tap into your body a little bit. Okay. So now I want you to close your eyes, take a breath. Now, when I say these things, I want you to like just what does your body feel? What is it leaning towards? What does it feel good about? What does it not feel good? Like what feelings do you notice? So I'm like, do you want an 8-second hug or a 20-second hug? And then they think about it, it's like, oh, you know what? I think I only want the 8-second hug. And then I'm like, okay, great. Another question for you. May Would you be okay if we did a big breath together while I gave you the hug? And this is another question. Okay, okay, it's a little bit different. Okay, it's more than just a hug. It's a choice. It's empowering and it feels safe to be able to choose. Now, when they come in here and the for that, I'm like, okay, great. Like we'll take a big breath together and can do some vocalizing if you would like. Uh, then we'll do the whole thing. I'll go up to give them a hug. But one thing to hear, your body language matters. Now, you don't want to go like, whoa, like over them. You don't want to be like, kind of like recluse and everything. You don't want to do that. But you want to reach around and meet them and do a cross. Like, I like to like make sure like we're like cheek to cheek and like our necks are touching and here and like I have hand on their back, one hand on on their upper back, one hand on their spine. Some people, if you're some people when they are giving hugs, I I, I used to do this too. Is they like grab their own hand and like, oh yeah, I'll just give you a hug there. It's like no, just loosen up, let the energy flow. I will Once we get into that position, then I'll give it like a nice firm. I'm here. I've got you. And then we can take that big breath. And believe it or not, about the time you take that one big breath, the 8-second hug is over. And then I like last little squeeze and then step back. Like, how was that? And check in with them because it matters. What they're feeling matters. What you're feeling matters. Like, you know what? That was great. Thank you for sharing that hug with me. Show gratitude for them. And so going back to the science. So the thing about hugs is that it does take time for your body to register it. And there's a little bit of variability on the time frame, but it takes approximately 8 seconds for your body to begin to start responding to the hug. You may consciously understand that you are being hugged or that you had a hug, but your body does not understand that until 8 seconds. So now you're probably wondering, like, so why did you offer 20 seconds versus 8 seconds? Here's the thing. There's also been research done, and 20 seconds. So 8 seconds is where it's like it starts to, your body starts to respond and start opening up those things. And what do I mean by respond? It opens up the different connection hormone gates and lets out, I believe it's serotonin, the oxytocin. Serotonin, oxytocin, and dopamine are three of the big ones. But oxytocin specifically is the big connection one. But it starts letting that go. And endorphins and other things that help out with like the inflammation going down. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that gets released and starts going through. But it takes 8 seconds for those gates to start opening. So now 20 seconds has been found to be about how long it takes to reach peak output. So that doesn't mean that they at 20 seconds it stops, but 20 seconds is about how long it takes to ramp up from 0 to 60, if you wanna look at that kind of analogy. And with that, anything past that, now you're just maintaining that gate open. Maintaining and great. So 8 seconds 8 seconds is the minimum, 20 seconds to get to the max peak output. Anything after that, you're just like basking in the hormones and like, oh. So yeah, that is what goes on with a hug. And again, one thing with this, just because you physically hug someone does not mean that they feel safe enough for these things to start flowing, for like the hormones to start flowing. You have to build that rapport before making contact. They have to know they have a choice. They have to know that there's a boundary. So when we said the 8 second or 20 second and like ask those questions, what that did was it let them know what to expect and also be able to choose, is that expectation what I'm expecting, is that okay for me? Do I feel okay with that? Not just, hey, let's have an 8 second hug and go. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I am still processing what just happened. I don't know about you, but even I was just like, even me saying that was like, well, no, 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 we're not there yet. So this little technique, it seems simple, but it actually affects a lot of different things. Now, I've talked about this before with things like, or not on this channel, but I've talked about this with other people. Now, things like even holding hands, giving a kiss, snuggling, even scratching someone's back, things like that, this connection. All of these can follow this same rule, the 8 seconds. Like scratching someone's back, there's almost an instant like, oh my gosh, that feels great. But don't just go scratch, scratch, scratch. Done. How many of you have ever had those hugs of like, oh, hey, bro, what's up? And gone. Or the, yeah, basically like that. Or the side hug, like, hey, how you doing? How long do those usually last? 2 seconds, maybe. And along with that, they don't feel safe. You're feeling uncomfortable. That's why it's only 2 seconds. And if you're feeling uncomfortable, you're feeling unsafe. And if you haven't talked about anything before that, you can be uncomfortable and safe. But typically, if you feel uncomfortable and you're not actively choosing to do that versus it being like a spontaneous thing, you're not going to feel safe. So, one, you don't feel comfortable. Two, you haven't even reached the 8 seconds. So nothing's really going. But a lot of people think that they're giving their kids the connection and hugs that they need. No. I One thing with kids too, you have to help them understand and be comfortable with 8 second hugs because it's scary. If you're not used to it, it can feel very intimidating. But with my kiddos, I've taught them like, hey, can, you would like a hug. Can we make sure that we get to 8 seconds so that your body can really feel that and to relax and to have all the good things. And you're like, even these little like 4 and 6 year olds are like, you know what? Yeah, I like that. And I help guide them through it. And it's amazing how much those hugs help. So yeah. But anyway, back to the thing, like different things with like back scratches, but with back rubs, with holding hands, with putting foreheads together, giving a kiss, all these little things. Try to get the 8 seconds and let their body just take it in and practice that, the art, the connection, see what difference it makes for you. And I'd love to hear your experiences with this. And yeah, anyway, so I think that will be it for right now. But again, I have a community on patreon.com/Cuddle Dojo. And I would love to have a goal of I would like to get to at least 1,000 people on the $5 membership, support membership, to be able to help me go and help other people. It's kind of like a community support, and patreon.com is where I've been moving our current community to, and got other things like I do cuddle. I'm certified for cuddle parties. I'm certified for cuddle therapy, and I am doing my cuddle classes now. I actually wanted to share this real quick. Let's see, how do I do this? Yep. Well, I'm going to share an entire screen, and over here, I am on the Davis School District Community Ed. I am one of their instructors now, and it's my custom course, Communication for Connection. I'm so excited. So if you would like to do that, I would love to have you in my class. I am also going to be at the Energy Healing Conference in October, and I'm teaching a class there. And I am so happy that my Cuddle Dojo is starting to take root. I still have a long way to go. And if you could like and subscribe to my channel, to join the membership over on Patreon, and share this with people. If someone needs a hug, I want to be there. If someone needs someone to have a safe space to be able to just feel their emotions, I want to be there. If someone needs help learning how to feel, I want to be there. So please share this with people, and I will be excited to meet you. So can't give you an actual hug, but imagine, close your eyes. If you would like a hug, here's a big hug for you. Do one more big one. Thank you for joining me, everyone. This has been Will here at Cuddle Dojo, and I am excited to see you guys next time.